Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm DML. Welcome back to the Forge. Today is a really exciting day because I finally received a package that I've been after and waiting for quite some time. Now, this isn't an unboxing video. This is a first impressions, okay? So I'll just move that camera a little bit. So today we're going to talk about something that I'm pretty sure is near and dear to everybody's heart, and that's Work Tough Gear. Now, Work Tough Gear is a company out of Taiwan that makes some absolutely incredible blades, like this one. This is the Nomad camp knife. It was designed by Zeke Manacho, and I was very curious about this blade. I mean, I've been keeping an eye on these for quite some time, and I really wanted to get one, but with everything else that I'm trying to pay off and stuff with my own designs, my own business and everything, I haven't really been able to do that. So I come into contact with a really nice guy called Hunter Cutchin, and he was after a trade. So I agreed to do a trade with him. So I traded a few of my Kukuri prototypes for a couple of blades, and this one was the one that I was the most excited about. Now, I've already had a little bit of a play with this. There's a few things about this I really love. Okay, one of them being the Kydex Sheath. Now, the Kydex Sheath is really well done. There is pretty much no rattle to this. Pretty much none. Like, there's a little bit of lateral that way. But I mean, I could even fix that myself. That's actually quite easy to fix. You just sort of heat it up again and press it down, and it'll create a tighter fit. But I don't need to. The rattle is that minimal and that quiet that it really doesn't matter. And it comes with a beautiful belt clip here. I do like these, all right? I think that they're outstanding. So it's set up at the moment for a right-handed scout carry or a left-handed belt carry if you want to add a few bits and pieces to make that happen. All right, but one of the biggest things I love about this, besides the ambidexterity of the belt clip, is this. How good is that release? It's just outstanding. Okay, so we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about the Nomad camp knife for a while, okay? So as I said, I was very curious about the design because some of the angles and stuff on this make a lot of sense to me, but I wanted to know more about its weight and balance and how it would perform, and edge geometry, that kind of thing. So now I've got one in my hands. I've got an old sort of hardwood tree stump system out in my backyard that I've been trying to break down for quite some time. And it's taken chunks out of axes and tomahawks and kukri and all sorts of stuff, but I reckon this might be able to do it. Here's why, okay? It is a huge slab of steel, all right? Very, very thick, very beefy, and it's SK85 and Work Tough Gear have pretty much perfected their heat treatment of this steel, all right? Big slab of steel, very nice distal taper, I'll have to add. It's nice and beefy right up until this sort of part here, which lines up with the big belly sweeping up, and then it thins out quite rapidly, and that gives you the ability to do some pretty fine work near the tip. This has come stupidly sharp. So Hunter, if you're watching this, brother, awesome work. If it came that way, then Work Tough Gear, awesome work. The whole guard and finger choil setup, you've seen that on a lot of my designs as well. I love it. It is outstanding. And this grip here is awesome. Very comfortable. The grip itself with the texturing and stuff is really, really well done. The point of balance, which was one of the big things I was curious about, was here on the finger choil, which makes sense. For this kind of a knife, you know, you want to be able to choke up and have a lot of control because this weighs just over 800 grams. So it's a very heavy blade, but the whole package is only, what was it? I think it was 920 or something grams, which is about the same weight as one of my kukri packages altogether, even though the blade in the kukri packages are usually a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit longer. You know, it's still a very, very easily carried weight, especially if it's close to your center of mass. All right, we'll get into the handle design a little bit. You'll see there's like a small finger choil down here as well. Now I've noticed when I go into my extended chopping position, it's really comfortable. So with a lanyard, like a pinky lanyard there, you can curl that around and it's not going to come out of your hand. You might lose control of the inertia, but that's no different to a hatchet anyway. So just treat it with a little bit of respect if you're going to do that. Or even come up a little higher and just let the pinky float. And you've still got so much power that you can utilize like that. Makes perfect sense to me, this design. You got all your different grips figured out there as well. So Zeke, if you're watching, very, very well designed ergos when it comes to the function of the knife. Like it makes perfect sense to me. It all just makes sense. I love this grip here for chest levering. It works. It's really, 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 really good. One of the ones that I really love as well, and you'll see this on a lot of my other videos, is I like to do this. So the fact that this blade is as broad as it is makes all your kitchen stuff really controllable and easy. And I mean, if the weight bothers you, you put a little lanyard on here, on the lanyard hole on the bottom here, and just sling that over your wrist, and that'll take the weight off, give you all that control. So again, it makes perfect sense. 90-degree spine, I can appreciate that. Everybody that gets out in the bush can appreciate that. And yeah, no, I'm impressed with it. I can see why everybody raves about this design. And if you have a look this way, I'll see if I can capture it. Like that. If you look up in here, you can see how fine that edge really is when it comes down. So you see how beefy it is in the spine, and then how it tapers down to next to nothing. That's a very fine edge there. So it's a massive wedge, and that makes sense. Good for splitting, batoning, but then the fine edge is good for your carving. Well thought through. I can appreciate that. Now, the only thing that I need to do to this, if I felt like it, I don't know if I will or if I won't, and it's not a big deal at all because it's purely a personal thing, is just to thin this out along here. Like you can see they've rounded it, which is great, but thin it out a little bit more there just for profiling, just so you get your edge profiling. Like if you use the finger choil, it's actually quite well profiled, but just everywhere else, that's the only thing that I would change. But I mean, it's a nothing. It's negligible. That's pretty much the only nitpicky thing that I could say about this. I can't wait to get out and use it. I really can't. It's going to get the job done. It's going to get that stump destroyed. And I'll be filming that too, by the way. So get ready for that. Get excited. Yeah, so Hunter, brother, thank you so much. For both the knives. I do have the other one here. I didn't forget, mate. Little Canadian belt knife. I do really like that, actually. That's going to come in handy when I go out hunting. That's a great little knife. And I appreciate it, so thank you. And to Zeke Monacho, outstanding work. I really, really do like it. I think it's awesome. I can't wait to use it. And I'll probably have some questions for you later on after I've gotten a bit of use to it, just to make sure that I am understanding everything you've done here, because as subtle or simple as it looks, there's a lot of really subtle things going on here that I'm noticing that pertain directly to the functionality of this knife. So yeah, expect some questions for me, mate. I hope you're ready. Then again, maybe not. I mean, I might go out and use this and it'll just click. It'll just click and I'll just get it. So yeah, I really appreciate it. And Victor Lin, thank you so much as well for what you do. The fact that you've got this level of quality coming out for such admirable price is, I don't know how you do it. It's phenomenal and it's brilliant. So thank you for that. And I really do hope that you and I can work together sometime as well. I really hope that that can happen. And that way I can bring more of this kind of thing to my channel, because this is good. All right, so that's my first impressions of the Work Tough Gear Nomad camp knife, and I am really excited to get out and give it a good crack. Hey, I really am. So stay tuned, everyone, and I will see you on the next video soon. Bye.